Two new studies out this week show more evidence of the danger from air pollution. It's being linked to lung cancer and heart failure. And in China, relentless smog is causing some foreigners to leave. Seth Doane is in Beijing. Seth, good morning.
Good morning to you, Anthony. Yes, managing pollution in many ways here is just a part of life. Many of us have these masks that we'll wear when it's particularly bad, and we're often constantly monitoring our smartphones for air quality readings. But these two new studies have really reignited the debate here over the human cost of China's development. This is the sound at the Perk household this week as they packed up their Beijing home.
I've had 13 fantastic years. I've learned a lot about this market. Very good experience, made some good money, and I don't really want to leave. I really don't, but I feel like we really have to.
Ethan Perk, a wine importer originally from Chicago, is moving his family to Florida to escape the Beijing air. When did you start realizing the pollution was becoming an issue for you?
I think you got to get dulled by it, really. But I think this year in January, there was a stretch of about 14, 15 days that were really bad. It was around noontime, it was dark as night, and I think that was kind of the tipping point for us.
There have been 67 days this year when the pollution reached levels where Chinese state media warned people to stay indoors. In the past, even the U.S. Embassy tweeted that pollution levels were crazy bad.
And your chill eye looks at you and says, why? Why can't Beijing fix the air? Why can't the government fix the air? And it's hard to explain to a 7-year-old, right?
Your kids ask you this?
Yeah, sure, of course.
What do you say?
I say, China has issues with the air. They have too many cars, the pollution, factories, and so forth.
For decades, free coal for heating was provided to Chinese living in the north. Although the handouts were discontinued after 1980, coal continues to be a primary source of energy today, and the damage to health is only now being realized. Just this week, a study reported the 500 million people living in northern China during the 1990s will live on average 5.5 years less than those in the south because they breathed dirtier air. Another analysis this week noted that breathing low levels of air pollution over a long period of time could raise the risk of lung disease, and even that short-term exposure raises the risk of hospitalization or death from heart failure.
It's great being here, but as my wife always says, you only have one life, and so you might as well enjoy as much as you can, and this hasn't been enjoyable.
Ethan Perk and his wife look forward to not having to wear masks while bicycling. The family will fly to Tampa, Florida on Sunday. Their new rental house will have a pool, but it's the blue skies they're looking forward to most.
The last few years has been a hot topic. Everyone wants to come here and do business and work. Positions are taking a little longer to fill now. People are a little wary to come.
Now, there are no hard numbers to quantify exactly how many Americans or expats are leaving China because of the pollution, but we do have anecdotal evidence. We've spoken with headhunters who say it's much more difficult to fill those jobs, particularly with families with young children. The Chinese government is trying to do something about this problem. It's targeting heavily polluting industries, demanding that they reduce emissions by 30% in the next 5 years.